Sean and I spent about an hour and 45 minutes talking about a wide range of topics, but a lot about attorney ethics. And one of the things that your kind of first professional move into the family law space was the website you're putting together, unethicalkarma.com. So that's also something that everyone should go check out. And Sean, you want to tell everybody a little bit about what the purpose of that website and what you're building there is?
Um, so, well, I guess it's time to sort of just go ahead and reveal that. Opposing counsel in my divorce case, her name is Karma. So literally, her first name is Karma. Um, and so the name of the website, it isn't directly named after her, but it's got some poetic license there because um, she really taught me, through fire, how unethical and corrupt the family court system is, and in that process, I just learned a lot. And one of the things that I had to do was I had to learn how do you how do you successfully get the bar association to pay attention to the ethical misconduct of family law attorneys, by actually investigating them when you file a bar complaint against them. Um, so part of what my goal was in building Unethical Karma was to get my ethical
Oh, there he's back.
minefield, and also be able to file and write bar complaints against unethical opposing attorneys that actually get results. Um, so those are my goals with unethicalkarma.com across the country. I think it would be a wonderful thing over the next, say, 5 years or so, if bar associations across the country suddenly got attorneys because they're getting complaints that they simply can't ignore. So
Yeah.
I think that would have real ripple effects, and it would be an important piece of sort of the shared parenting puzzle, because whether attorneys like to admit it or not, um, the unethical, high conflict creating attorneys are a significant piece of the problem. And not to put too fine a spin on it, they're causing people to die. So several fathers today will kill themselves because of access to their children issues. Children become suicidal because of high conflict divorces, and at least a significant portion of the high conflict divorces that you see are fueled by the actions of attorneys.
Yeah, I completely agree, and I mean, I think that it's one thing as a party in a family law case. I know personally, day in day out, being kind of in the underbelly of the beast. I a lot of times tell people it is a lot worse on the inside than anyone could even imagine, and we hear day in day out about the awful, horrible stories that occur in every city, every state, across this country.
Yeah. I
So
mean, think of it this way: every major city in the United States, and what are there? There's something like 60 really major cities in the United States, or something like that. I mean, it's a relatively large number. In every single one of those cities, there is a handful. And a handful can, of course, vary from it's one or two, right, to in a really big city like New York or LA, maybe it's scores. Okay, of these just absolute douchebag, unethical attorneys that will come along and they will just take a case where the issues are pretty simple and pretty clear, and they'll turn it into a high conflict mess that is effectively a license for them to print money. And and when it's all over, the family will be devastated, and they'll everyone will be broke. The children will often say, as they reach adulthood, they often say, I paid for my parents' divorce because my parents now can't afford to do any of the things that parents normally do for their children as they fly the nest, like pay for college or maybe help them with a down payment, or even do things as innocuous as maybe as be able to, purchase an automobile for them, right? I mean, everything winds up getting sucked out of the family by, what are effectively, predatory, rapacious, vulture attorneys. And what they're doing at the very beginning is unethical. I mean, like I said last time, every single case has three three issues, right? It's it's got it's got a parenting plan in the best interest of the child, equitable distribution of the marital assets, and if there are credible issues of abuse or domestic violence, resolving those. And what they really should do is they should resolve those as cheaply and easily and as fastly as possible, that leave the parents able to still communicate with each other, because over time we know that over time a lot of these issues, a lot of the invective, tamps down over time, especially if there's reasonable communication between them. But instead, they come along and they, cut communication off. Right now, all communication runs to the attorneys. Right, the attorneys are then able to manipulate the situation, manipulate what their client knows by just, piecing out what it is that they tell them or spinning what it is that they tell them. So and in the end, families are devastated. You know, you know, mothers and fathers and children, they're all devastated. Um, and the only people that are doing well are the, circle of vultures, the attorneys, the GALs, the shrinks that are, doing, psych evals, all of that crap, all of those people, those are the people who are doing well, and the people who are actually in the family are just, devastated.